Welcome back to our channel. Your future is not decided only by luck, money, or talent. It is shaped by the decisions you make every day. One right decision can open a new door, while one careless decision can take your life in the wrong direction. In this video, we will learn the power of decision-making and how clear, brave, and responsible choices can completely change your destiny. Lesson 1. Every decision shapes your future. Your life is not created only by one big moment. It is created by the small choices you make every day. The time you wake up is a decision. The way you use your free time is a decision. The people you spend time with are a decision. The way you use your money is a decision. The way you react to problems is also a decision. These choices may look small, but they slowly become habits. Your habits create your results, and your results shape your destiny. Think about two people. The first person wastes 1 hour every day. The second person uses that hour to learn, practice, work, or improve a skill. After one day, there may not be much difference. But after 1 year, their lives may be very different. Why? Because small decisions become powerful when they are repeated. You may want to improve your English. That is a good goal. But every day you must decide, will I practice or delay? Will I speak or stay silent? Will I learn from mistakes or feel ashamed? Will I use my time well or waste it? Every choice takes you closer to your goal or farther away from it. This does not mean you must make perfect decisions every time. You will make mistakes. You may waste time. You may trust the wrong person. You may choose the wrong path. That is normal. The important thing is to learn from the result. Ask yourself, what did this decision teach me? What should I do differently next time? What better choice can I make today? One wrong decision does not have to destroy your future. But repeating the same wrong decision again and again can create a bad habit. So do not stay trapped in your past. You cannot change yesterday, but you can make a better decision today. You can decide to start learning. You can decide to leave a bad habit. You can decide to protect your peace. You can decide to work with discipline. You can decide to stop making excuses. Sometimes, one strong decision can change the direction of your whole life. But remember, a real decision must be followed by action. If you decide to become healthier, your habits must change. If you decide to save money, your spending must change. If you decide to improve your English, your practice must change. If you decide to become successful, your daily actions must change. Without action, a decision is only a thought. You do not need to change everything in one day. Start with one better choice. Choose practice over delay. Choose discipline over laziness. Choose peace over drama. Choose courage over fear. Choose progress over excuses. Before making an important decision, pause and ask, will this choice help my future? Will this decision move me closer to my goal? Will I be proud of this choice tomorrow? These simple questions can protect you from many mistakes. So the first lesson is this: every decision shapes your future. You may not control everything that happens in life, but you can control your next choice. And one better choice today can become the beginning of a better destiny. Remember this powerful line: your future is built by the decisions you make and the actions you repeat every day. Lesson 2. Make decisions with a clear mind. Many wrong decisions happen because people decide too quickly. They decide when they are angry, afraid, confused, or under pressure. In those moments, emotions become strong, and clear thinking becomes weak. That is why you should not make an important decision when your mind is disturbed. If you are very angry, pause. If you are very afraid, breathe slowly. If you are confused, collect more information. If someone is pressuring you, ask for time. A calm mind sees things more clearly. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, what is the real problem? What choices do I have? What may happen after each choice? Which decision will help my future? These questions can stop you from making a careless choice. For example, imagine someone says something rude to you. Your first feeling may be anger. You may want to reply immediately. But if you reply in anger, you may say words that create a bigger problem. Instead, pause. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a little time. Then decide whether you should reply calmly, explain your feelings, or walk away. This is wise decision-making. A clear decision is not always a fast decision. Sometimes taking more time is the smartest choice. But taking time does not mean avoiding the decision forever. It means thinking carefully before choosing. You can also write your choices on paper. For example, Choice 1. What are the good results? Choice 2. What are the possible problems? Which choice matches my goals and values? Writing can make your thoughts easier to understand. You should also think about long-term results. A choice may feel good today but create pain tomorrow. Another choice may feel difficult today but create a better future. For example, spending all your money may feel enjoyable today. Saving some money may feel less exciting. But saving can protect your future. Skipping practice may feel comfortable today. Practicing may feel difficult, but practice can improve your life. So do not ask only, what feels easy right now? Also ask, what will help me later? You can take advice from wise and experienced people too, but do not ask everyone. Too many opinions can make you more confused. Choose someone who is calm, honest, and understands the situation. Listen to advice, but remember that the final decision is yours. You must live with the result. That is why you should not blindly follow people. Think carefully, understand the situation, then choose responsibly. Also, do not allow fear to make every decision for you. Fear may say, do not try, you may fail. People may laugh at you, but a clear mind says, there is risk, but there may also be growth. Being careful is good, but being controlled by fear can keep you stuck. Sometimes, the right decision still feels scary. You may feel nervous, but you know the choice is good for your future. That is when courage becomes important. A clear mind does not mean you will always know the perfect answer. Sometimes, life gives you two difficult choices. Sometimes, you do not have complete information. In that situation, choose the best option you can with the knowledge you have. Then take responsibility and learn from the result. Do not punish yourself forever if the decision does not work perfectly. Good decision-making improves through experience. Every choice teaches you something. So the second lesson is simple. Do not decide in anger. Do not decide only because of fear. Do not decide because everyone is pressuring you. Pause. Understand the situation. Think about the future and choose with a calm mind. Remember this powerful line. A calm mind may take longer to decide, but it usually chooses a better direction. Lesson 3. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Many people know what they should do, but they keep waiting. They wait for more confidence. They wait for more money. They wait for more time. They wait for the right mood. They wait for everything to become easy. But the perfect moment may never come. Life is rarely perfect. There may always be some fear, some problem, or some uncertainty. If you keep waiting for everything to feel right, you may remain in the same place for years. Sometimes, the best time to begin is not when you feel fully ready. It is when you decide that waiting is no longer helping you. You may want to learn English, but you keep saying, "I will start next week." You may want to exercise, but you say, "I will start when I have more time." You may want to begin a project, but you say, "I need a better plan first." Planning is useful, but too much waiting can become an excuse. At some point, you must decide and take the first step. The first step does not need to be big. You can study for 10 minutes. You can write the first page. You can make the first call. You can save a small amount. You can practice one sentence. A small beginning is still a beginning. Many people think they need confidence before taking action. But often, confidence comes after action. First, you try. Then you learn. Then you improve. Then you feel more confident. If you wait for confidence before starting, you may wait too long. Courage means beginning even when you still feel nervous. You do not need to know the whole road. You only need to know your next step. Think about walking in the dark with a small light. The light may not show the full road, but it shows enough for the next few steps. Life is often the same. You may not know exactly what will happen, but if you know your next useful step, take it. Do not confuse preparation with delay. Preparation helps you move. Delay keeps you stuck. Ask yourself, am I truly preparing or am I only avoiding action? This question can help you become honest with yourself. Sometimes waiting is wise. You may need more information before making a serious decision. But sometimes, waiting is only fear wearing a different name. Fear may say, "What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I make a mistake?" But remember, mistakes are part of growth. You can learn from a wrong step. You can change your plan. You can improve on the way. But you cannot learn much if you never begin. Action gives you experience. Experience gives you wisdom. Wisdom helps you make better decisions. This is why movement is important. Do not wait until you can do everything perfectly. Start badly if you must. Start slowly. Start with fear. Start with limited knowledge. But start. A person who begins imperfectly can improve. A person who never begins stays in the same place. You should also stop waiting for other people's permission. Not everyone will understand your dream. Some people may doubt you. Some people may tell you to wait. Some people may say you are not ready. Listen to useful advice, but do not allow every opinion to control your future. Your life is your responsibility. You must decide when it is time to move. One clear decision can end months of confusion. You can say, "I may not be fully ready, but I am ready to begin." This sentence is powerful. It does not mean you have no fear. It means fear will not control you. So the third lesson is simple. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Prepare wisely, but do not delay forever. Take one small step. Learn from action. Improve as you move. Because the perfect moment is often created after you begin, not before. Remember this powerful line. You do not need a perfect moment to change your life. You need one clear decision and the courage to take the first step. Lesson 4. Choose your future over temporary comfort. Temporary comfort means something that feels easy and pleasant right now, but may not help your future. For example, sleeping a little longer may feel comfortable. Skipping your work may feel comfortable. Avoiding a difficult conversation may feel comfortable. Spending money without thinking may feel comfortable. Watching videos instead of practicing may feel comfortable. But easy choices today can create difficult results tomorrow. On the other hand, disciplined choices may feel hard today, but they can create a better future. Waking up on time may feel difficult. Studying when you feel tired may feel difficult. Saving money may feel difficult. Exercising may feel difficult. Saying no to distractions may feel difficult. But these choices can make your life stronger. This is the difference between comfort and growth. Comfort asks, what feels easy right now? Growth asks, what will help me later? A successful person does not always choose the easiest option. They try to choose the option that supports their goals. This does not mean you should never rest. Rest is important. Peace is important. Enjoyment is important. But rest should help you recover. It should not become a habit of avoiding everything difficult. There is a difference between resting and escaping. Rest gives you energy to return. Escaping keeps you away from your responsibilities. Sometimes people say, I will do it tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And slowly, comfort becomes a trap. The longer you stay in the comfort zone, the harder it becomes to leave. A comfort zone is a place where everything feels familiar and safe. But growth often begins outside that place. If you want to improve your English, you must speak even when you feel shy. If you want better health, you must move your body even when you feel lazy. If you want success, you must work even when motivation is low. If you want confidence, you must do things that make you slightly uncomfortable. Discomfort is not always bad. Sometimes discomfort is a sign that you are growing. When you learn something new, it may feel difficult. When you start a new habit, it may feel strange. When you make a brave decision, it may feel scary. But these feelings do not mean you are on the wrong path. They may mean you are leaving your old limits. Think about two choices. One choice gives you comfort today but regret tomorrow. The other choice gives you effort today but pride tomorrow. Which one should you choose? A wise person thinks about the future. Before making a decision, ask yourself, will this choice make my future better or harder? Am I choosing this because it is right, or only because it is easy? Will I be proud of this decision tomorrow? These questions can guide you. For example, imagine you want to study English, but you feel tired. The comfortable choice is to skip practice. The better choice may be to practice for only 10 minutes. You do not need to do everything. You only need to choose progress over complete avoidance. A small, disciplined choice is powerful. 10 minutes of study is better than no study. One healthy meal is better than giving up completely. Saving a small amount is better than saving nothing. Completing one task is better than delaying the whole day. You do not need to become extremely strict with yourself. Start with small choices. Choose to wake up 10 minutes earlier. Choose to keep your phone away for a short time. Choose to finish one important task before entertainment. Choose to say no to one bad habit. Choose to do one thing that your future self will appreciate. Your future self is the person you are becoming. Every decision is either helping that person or making life harder for that person. When you waste all your time, your future self pays the price. When you avoid every challenge, your future self becomes weaker. When you choose discipline, your future self becomes stronger. This is why decisions matter. The life you want tomorrow is being built by the choices you make today. Successful people often make decisions based on long-term value. They understand that not every good choice feels good immediately. Learning takes effort. Discipline takes effort. Patience takes effort. Growth takes effort. But effort can create freedom later. Temporary comfort can create long-term pain. Temporary effort can create long-term success. So the fourth lesson is simple. Do not choose only what feels easy. Choose what helps your future. Rest when you need to, but do not live inside excuses. Take small, disciplined steps. Accept a little discomfort. Keep your eyes on the life you want to build. Remember this powerful line. Do not sacrifice the future you truly want for the comfort you only want right now. Lesson 5. Do not let fear decide for you. Fear is a normal feeling. Everyone feels fear sometimes. You may fear failure. You may fear rejection. You may fear making mistakes. You may fear losing money. You may fear what other people will say. You may fear starting something new. But fear should not control your whole life. Many people know what they should do, but fear stops them. They want to speak English, but they're afraid of making mistakes. They want to start a new project, but they are afraid it may fail. They want to share an idea, but they are afraid people may laugh. They want to change their life, but they are afraid of leaving their comfort zone. So they stay in the same place. They feel safe for a short time, but later they feel regret. Fear often gives you this message. Do not try. You are not ready. Something bad may happen. People may judge you. But fear does not always tell the truth. Sometimes fear is only trying to protect you from discomfort. It wants you to stay with what feels familiar. But growth often begins when you move beyond what feels familiar. Courage does not mean you have no fear. Courage means you feel fear, but you still make the right decision. A brave person is not someone who never feels nervous. A brave person says, I am afraid, but I will still take one step. This is real courage. For example, imagine you want to speak English in front of people. Fear may say, you will make a mistake. People will laugh. Stay quiet. But courage says, I may make a mistake, but I can learn. I may feel nervous, but I can still speak one sentence. That one sentence is a victory. Every small, brave action makes fear weaker. Confidence does not come only from thinking. Confidence grows through action. First, you try. Then, you learn. Then, you improve. Then, you trust yourself more. This is why waiting for fear to disappear is not always useful. Sometimes, fear becomes smaller only after you begin. You should also learn the difference between real danger and emotional fear. Real danger needs caution. For example, if a decision can seriously harm your health, safety, or money, you should study the situation carefully. But emotional fear is different. Emotional fear may stop you because you feel embarrassed, uncomfortable, or unsure. Ask yourself, am I truly in danger, or am I only uncomfortable? This question can help you think clearly. You should not make careless decisions. Being brave does not mean taking foolish risks. It means studying the situation, understanding the possible results, and not allowing fear alone to stop you. A wise decision includes both courage and careful thinking. Before making a decision, ask, what am I afraid of? Is this fear based on facts or only imagination? What is the worst result? What can I do if that happens? What may happen if I never try? The last question is very important. People often think about the pain of failure, but they forget the pain of regret. Failure may hurt for some time, but regret can stay for years. You may look back and say, I had a chance, but I was too afraid. I wanted to begin, but I kept waiting. I knew what to do, but fear controlled me. Do not let this become your story. You do not need to take a huge step. Take a small, brave step. If you are afraid to speak, say one sentence. If you are afraid to begin, work for 10 minutes. If you are afraid to share an idea, tell one trusted person. If you are afraid to apply for an opportunity, prepare carefully and send the application. Small steps are easier, but they still move you forward. You should also be careful about other people's fear. Sometimes people discourage you because they are afraid themselves. They may say, "Do not try. It is too difficult. You will fail." They may believe they are protecting you, but their fear does not have to become your future. Listen to useful advice. Study the risks, but make your own thoughtful decision. Your destiny should not be controlled by someone else's fear. Fear can also make you choose the wrong people and wrong situations. You may stay in a bad place because you fear change. You may stay silent because you fear conflict. You may accept disrespect because you fear being alone. You may avoid opportunities because you fear responsibility. But staying in the wrong place is also a decision. Sometimes the brave choice is to leave. Sometimes the brave choice is to speak. Sometimes the brave choice is to say no. Sometimes the brave choice is to begin again. You must choose what protects your peace, growth, and future. This does not mean every brave decision will succeed immediately. You may still fail. You may still make mistakes. You may still face rejection. But each experience can teach you something. Failure can teach you a better method. Rejection can guide you toward a better opportunity. Mistakes can make you wiser. Fear wants you to believe that failure is the end. But failure is often only feedback. Feedback means information that helps you improve. So do not say, "What if I fail?" Also ask, "What if I learn? What if I grow? What if this decision changes my life?" A strong future often begins with one uncomfortable choice. The choice to believe in yourself. The choice to try again. The choice to stop hiding. The choice to leave a bad habit. The choice to walk toward your goal. So the fifth lesson is simple. Do not allow fear to decide your future. Think carefully, but do not remain trapped. Understand the risk, prepare yourself, and take one brave step. You do not need to feel fearless. You only need enough courage to move. Remember this powerful line. Fear may speak loudly, but your future should be decided by courage, wisdom, and purpose. Lesson 6. Take responsibility for your decisions. Responsibility means accepting that your choices have results. Many people blame others when something goes wrong. They blame family. They blame friends. They blame luck. They blame the situation. Sometimes other people truly create problems for us. Sometimes life is unfair. But if you blame everything outside yourself, you may also give away your power. The moment you accept responsibility, you begin to take control again. You can say, "I cannot change everything, but I can change my next decision." This is a strong mindset. Taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for every problem. It does not mean feeling guilty all the time. It means being honest. It means looking at the situation and asking, what part of this was in my control? What decision did I make? What can I do better next time? These questions help you grow. For example, imagine you miss an important deadline. You can say, "The day was too busy," But you should also ask, did I start too late? Did I waste time? Did I make a poor plan? Did I accept too much work? Did I ask for help when I needed it? These questions are not meant to make you feel bad. They are meant to help you improve. A responsible person does not only look for excuses, they look for lessons. They say, yes, I made a mistake. I understand what went wrong. I will make a better plan next time. This is maturity. Accepting a mistake does not make you weak, it makes you wiser. A weak person may hide from the truth. A strong person faces the truth and learns from it. Sometimes people are afraid to accept responsibility because they think it will make them look bad. But the opposite is often true. People respect someone who can say, I was wrong. I should have handled this better. I am sorry. I will correct it. These words build trust. In work, relationships, and business, responsibility is very valuable. People trust those who keep their promises. They trust those who admit mistakes. They trust those who do not run away when problems come. This can create better opportunities and stronger relationships. Taking responsibility also means understanding that every choice has a result. If you choose to delay, work may remain unfinished. If you choose to spend without planning, money may become a problem. If you choose to stay silent, an important issue may continue. If you choose discipline, your future may become stronger. You cannot always control the result completely, but you can control the quality of your decision. That is why you should think before you choose. Ask yourself, am I ready to accept the result of this decision? This is a powerful question. For example, before spending money, ask, will I still feel comfortable after this purchase? Before speaking in anger, ask, am I ready to accept the damage these words may create? Before delaying important work, ask, am I ready for the stress this delay may bring? Thinking about responsibility can protect you from careless choices. You should also stop making decisions only to please other people. Sometimes people make a choice because they want approval. They say yes when they want to say no. They follow someone else's plan. They ignore their own values. Then, if things go wrong, they blame the other person. But remember, when you allow someone else to make your decision, you may still have to live with the result. Listen to advice. Respect good opinions. But think for yourself. Your life needs your responsibility. Taking responsibility also means correcting your mistakes. It is not enough to say, yes, I made a mistake. You should also ask, how can I make this right? Maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you need to return something. Maybe you need to finish the work. Maybe you need to change a habit. Maybe you need to make a new plan. Responsibility becomes powerful when it leads to action. Do not stay trapped in guilt. Guilt says, I am a bad person. Responsibility says, I made a bad choice and I can improve. There's a big difference. One keeps you down. The other helps you move forward. You are not your worst decision. You are not your biggest mistake. You are a person who can learn and choose again. This is very important. Your past decisions may have created your current situation, but your future decisions can create a new direction. You may not be able to repair everything immediately, but you can begin with one responsible step. Tell the truth. Accept the mistake. Make a better plan. Keep your promise. Stop repeating the same harmful choice. One responsible decision can rebuild self-respect. Every time you accept your choices, your confidence becomes stronger. You begin to trust yourself because you are no longer hiding. You are facing your life honestly. This is real power. So the sixth lesson is simple. Take responsibility for your decisions. Do not blame everyone. Do not hide from your mistakes. Accept what was in your control. Learn from the result. Correct what you can. And make a better choice next time. Remember this powerful line. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the power to change the direction of your life. Lesson 7. Support every decision with action. A decision alone cannot change your life. You may decide to become successful. You may decide to improve your English. You may decide to save money. You may decide to become healthier. You may decide to leave a bad habit. But if you do not take action, nothing will change. A decision without action is only a wish. Real change begins when your actions support your choice. For example, if you decide to improve your English, you must practice. You need to speak. You need to listen. You need to learn new words. You need to use English regularly. If you decide to save money, you must control your spending. If you decide to become healthier, you must improve your daily habits. If you decide to become more disciplined, you must start doing important work even when you do not feel motivated. Your actions prove that your decision is real. Many people feel powerful when they make a big decision. They say, "From tomorrow, I will change my life." But after a few days, they return to their old habits. Why? Because the decision was strong for one moment, but the action was not strong enough. Success does not come from one emotional moment. It comes from regular action. You do not need to do everything in one day. Start with one small step. If you decide to study, study for 10 minutes. If you decide to exercise, walk for 15 minutes. If you decide to save money, save a small amount. If you decide to build confidence, do one thing that makes you slightly uncomfortable. Small action is better than a big promise with no action. Many people wait for motivation. They think, "I will act when I feel ready." But motivation changes. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel tired. Some days you feel confident. Some days you feel doubtful. That is why action should not depend only on feelings. Discipline is more reliable than motivation. Discipline says, "I made this decision, so I will take the next step." This is how strong people move forward. They do not ask every day, "Do I feel like doing this?" They ask, "What does my decision require from me today?" This question is very powerful. If your decision is to improve your future, your action may be learning. If your decision is to become healthy, your action may be exercising. If your decision is to build a better career, your action may be practicing a useful skill. If your decision is to protect your peace, your action may be setting a boundary. Every important decision needs daily support. A strong decision made once can become weak if it is not repeated through action. That is why consistency matters. Consistency means continuing again and again. You may not see a big result immediately. That is normal. A seed does not become a tree in one day. A new skill does not become strong after one practice. A better life is built slowly. Do not stop because progress feels small. Small progress is still progress. One useful action today. One useful action tomorrow. One useful action every day. Slowly, your destiny begins to change. You should also create a simple plan after making a decision. Ask yourself, what is my first step? What should I do every day? What habit must I stop? What habit must I build? How will I know that I am improving? For example, imagine you decide to become better at English. Your plan may be, I will learn 5 words every day. I will listen to English for 15 minutes. I will speak for 5 minutes. I will practice even when I make mistakes. This plan turns the decision into action. You can use the same method for any goal. A clear decision gives direction. A simple plan gives structure. Regular action gives results. Do not make your plan too difficult. If the plan feels impossible, you may stop quickly. Start with something small enough to continue. It is better to practice for 15 minutes every day than to practice for 3 hours once and then stop. It is better to take one useful step daily than to wait for one perfect day. You should also remove actions that do not support your decision. If you decide to become focused, reduce useless scrolling. If you decide to save money, avoid careless spending. If you decide to become peaceful, stop entering unnecessary arguments. If you decide to grow, spend less time with people who always pull you down. Sometimes success is not only about what you start doing, it is also about what you stop doing. Your old habits may fight against your new decision. The old habit may say, do it later, skip today, one more video. You can start again next week. Be careful. One weak moment can happen, but do not let it become your normal life again. If you miss one day, return the next day. If you lose focus, bring it back. If you make a mistake, correct it. If your plan fails, change the plan, not the goal. This is very important. A strong person does not give up after one bad day. They return. They continue. They adjust. They learn. Action also builds confidence. You may not feel confident before beginning, but when you take action, you gain experience. Experience gives knowledge. Knowledge gives confidence. So do not wait to feel fully confident. Let action create confidence. You should also review your progress. At the end of the day, ask, did my actions support my decision today? What did I do well? Where did I lose focus? What can I do better tomorrow? These questions keep you honest. They help you see whether your daily life matches your words. Because it is easy to say, I want success, but your routine shows what you truly choose. It is easy to say, I want a better future, but your daily habits decide whether that future is being built. Your destiny changes when your decisions become actions, and your actions become habits. So the 7th lesson is simple. Do not only decide, act. Do not only promise, practice. Do not only dream, work. Do not only begin, continue. Your decision shows the direction. Your action creates the movement. Your consistency creates the result. So friends, always remember this. Your decisions decide your destiny. Every choice you make is taking you somewhere. It is either moving you closer to your goals or pulling you away from them. Do not wait forever. Do not let fear control your future. Think clearly, choose wisely, take responsibility, and support your decisions with action. You do not need to change your whole life in one day. Start with one better decision today and repeat it until it becomes a better habit and a better future. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more simple English and motivational videos. Keep learning, keep growing, and see you in the next video.